The echo chamber. Eli, a brilliant but reclusive technology expert, discovered a hidden algorithm buried deep within the code of a popular social media platform. The algorithm was unlike anything Eli had ever seen before, capable of subtly manipulating public opinion with unparalleled precision. Eli knew the implications were dire. This algorithm had the power to sway elections, incite unrest, and spread misinformation on a global scale. Eli's hands trembled as they realized the extent of the algorithm's reach. It had already been deployed across several major platforms. Determined to uncover the truth, Eli began to dig deeper, tracing the origins of the algorithm to a shadowy figure known only as Avery. Avery was a ghost in the digital world, leaving behind no trace except for the trail of chaos and confusion the algorithm created. Eli reached out to Jasper, an old friend and skilled hacker with ties to the dark web, for help in navigating the dangerous digital terrain. Jasper was skeptical at first, but after seeing the algorithm's capabilities, they agreed to assist Eli in exposing its secrets. As they delved deeper, Eli and Jasper discovered that the algorithm was being used by powerful entities to manipulate global narratives. The more they uncovered, the more they realized just how dangerous their mission had become. Someone was watching them. Sienna, a fearless journalist known for her investigative work, caught wind of Eli's discoveries and offered her help in exposing the truth. Sienna's reputation as a truth seeker made her a valuable ally, but it also put her in the crosshairs of those who wanted the algorithm kept secret. Together, Eli, Jasper, and Sienna formed a plan to gather enough evidence to reveal the algorithm's existence to the world. They knew that time was running out. The longer they waited, the more damage the algorithm could do. As they worked, they became increasingly paranoid, sensing that they were being followed, their every move monitored. Jasper's contacts in the dark web provided valuable intel, but it also alerted Avery to their actions, intensifying the danger. Avery, the shadowy figure behind the algorithm, was not one to be easily outmaneuvered, and they quickly launched a counterattack. Eli's digital life was suddenly under siege, bank accounts frozen, private information leaked, and home devices compromised. Despite the onslaught, Eli remained resolute, knowing that backing down now would mean the algorithm would remain unchecked. Sienna's investigative instincts led her to a hidden server farm on the outskirts of the city, where the algorithm was being refined. The trio decided to break into the server farm, hoping to find definitive proof of the algorithm's existence and its backers. The break-in was risky, but Eli's expertise and Jasper's hacking skills allowed them to bypass the high-tech security systems. Inside, they found rows of servers humming with data, an ocean of manipulated content ready to be unleashed on the world. As they collected the data, Avery's enforcers arrived, forcing Eli, Jasper, and Sienna to flee before they could be captured. The chase through the city was harrowing, with drones and security forces closing in on them at every turn. Eli's knowledge of the city's infrastructure gave them a temporary advantage, allowing the trio to evade capture. They sought refuge in an abandoned warehouse, where Jasper began to decrypt the data they had stolen from the server farm. The data revealed a vast network of influential figures, all benefiting from the algorithm's manipulative power. Sienna knew this was the story of a lifetime, but releasing it would put all their lives at even greater risk. Despite the danger, Eli was determined to go public. They could not allow the truth to remain hidden any longer. Using a secure channel, Sienna prepared to publish the story while Eli and Jasper worked on a contingency plan. Avery, realizing that the algorithm's exposure was imminent, ordered a full-scale manhunt to eliminate the trio. Eli's safe house was compromised, forcing them to go on the run, constantly staying one step ahead of their pursuers. Tensions were high as they moved from one hiding place to another, unsure of who they could trust. Jasper used their dark web contacts to create false identities, allowing the group to continue their mission undetected. Meanwhile, Sienna's story was gaining traction, with media outlets around the world picking up on the explosive revelations. Public outcry grew as people began to understand the full scope of the algorithm's manipulative power. Governments and corporations scrambled to distance themselves from the scandal, but the damage was already done. Avery, now desperate, decided to take matters into their own hands, personally leading the hunt for Eli and their allies. The trio knew that the walls were closing in, but they had one final card to play: an encrypted file with evidence of Avery's direct involvement. This file, if released, would not only expose Avery, but also dismantle the entire network of manipulation. Eli and Jasper worked tirelessly to decrypt the file while Sienna prepared the final piece of her report. With time running out, they decided to release the file and report simultaneously, hoping to overwhelm their enemies. As they hit send, Avery's enforcers burst through the door, guns drawn, ready to silence them once and for all. In the chaos that followed, Eli managed to escape, but Jasper and Sienna were captured and taken to an unknown location. Eli, now alone, had to decide whether to continue fighting or to disappear and hope for safety. Despite the risks, Eli chose to fight, using the encrypted file as leverage to force Avery's hand. The file's release was a bombshell. Avery's identity was exposed, and their network began to crumble. Sienna and Jasper were released, but the damage had been done. They could no longer live their lives in the open. Eli, too, was now a target, constantly looking over their shoulder, never knowing when the next attack would come. But the public was awakened, and the algorithm was dismantled, its manipulative power stripped away. Governments around the world began to regulate the use of algorithms, ensuring transparency and accountability. Media corporations were forced to re-evaluate their practices, with public trust in the balance. Sienna's career soared, but she knew the price she had paid. She had lost her anonymity and her peace of mind. Jasper, disillusioned, retreated from the digital world, haunted by the role they had played in the chaos. Eli, though victorious, was left with a heavy heart, knowing that the fight against manipulation was far from over. The world had changed, but the dangers of technology remained, lurking in the shadows, waiting for the next opportunity. Eli vowed to continue the fight, even as they disappeared into the depths of the digital world, forever watching. The echo chamber had been shattered, but its reverberations would be felt for years to come, a reminder of the power and peril of information.